from Kentucky. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support my bill today, the Expanding Investment in Small Business Act. Small businesses and entrepreneurs are vital to our economy. More than 60% of new jobs are created by small businesses, and almost half of our private sector workforce is employed by firms with fewer than 500 employees. Small businesses are also an engine for innovation. According to the Small Business Administration, small businesses account for an outsized percentage of patents granted in the most innovative industries. I see this ingenuity in Wisconsin, in Racine, in Janesville, and Kenosha, and everywhere in between. Entrepreneurs and startups create good-paying jobs for workers. It's important we continue giving job creators the ability to invest in our communities. But in order to grow, hire, and invest in innovation, small businesses need access to capital. Unfortunately, rules and regulations have made it harder for companies to gain access to capital, made it harder for them to go public, and have made it harder for them to stay public. This hurts small companies, and this hurts the broader economy. And in particular, this hurts American workers and their retirement security. Just under half of all households are invested in mutual funds. Many Americans are invested in these funds through 401ks and pension plans. Their retirement security depends upon the ability to invest in a diverse set of growing, innovative companies. Our rules, though, are burdensome. They shrink the number of publicly traded companies either by deterring companies from going public or by encouraging them to stay private. In doing so, they limit the opportunities for American savings for retirement. Members of both parties and a wide range of stakeholders and experts have identified the existing mutual fund rules as an area for potential improvement. I want to thank my colleague, Congressman Gonzalez from Texas, for joining me from this across-the-aisle effort to support this bill. This isn't a new idea, but until now it hasn't gotten done. I'm glad to see bipartisan support for taking this important step forward in improving our capital markets. The Expanding Investment in Small Business Act directs the SEC to consider whether existing mutual fund rules make it harder for small and emerging companies to raise money so they can grow and invest. Under the Investment Company Act, a diversified mutual fund may not own more than 10% of an issuer's outstanding securities. As mutual funds have grown both in number and in size, they become an important source of capital, in particular for small businesses. A substantial mutual fund investment in a small cap company can easily exceed the 10% cap. This likely deters mutual fund investments into growing our innovative companies. My bill asks the SEC to consider 4 key items. 1, how many mutual funds are currently affected by the 10% cap? 2, how the investing preferences of diversified mutual funds have shifted over time with respect to smaller companies. 3, the potential impact of a change in the 10% threshold. And 4, the ability of diversified funds to manage liquidity risk. This information is necessary so we can continue to work in a nonpartisan manner to ensure that small businesses have access to capital so they can grow and invest. Smart, targeted reforms can give us more vibrant capital markets, growing innovative small businesses, providing better outcomes for American investors, and ultimately providing a stronger economy. I look forward to working in continuation with my colleagues towards this goal. I thank Chair Waters and Ranking Member McHenry for their support of this bill, and I urge my colleagues to support its passage. This bill is an important step forward towards a stronger economy, more dynamic small businesses, and more jobs for American workers. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Wisconsin.